because I like Apex Legend. It have like maybe less player than Battlefield. I think more or less. Oh, it's just gone from this chart. But again, Battlefield 6 is going to die in less than like maybe a year. It's going to get die. It cannot survive this number. It has 7,000 now. It's not gonna survive for sure, but I think games like Naraka, Blade Points, these games are very solid games if you want to enjoy games forever. Like maybe a peak 10,000, maybe a peak like 100k, but every day they have players. Every day they have players. These games are good games, and I like these games because they never die. They just rest. For example, look at this game, bro. Look at this game. Man, these games are not dying because they are very good and very well maintained. There are many things they improve, like servers for now. Eve Online, my server crash, but I think that's good enough for these kind of.
They've likely tallied up the total cost of all ships lost and worked out its equivalent value if each ship was purchased with Plex. The other item up for sale is a skill extractor. Skill extractors is probably how they've come to that particular number. They've likely tallied up the total cost of all ships lost and worked out its equivalent value if each ship was purchased with Plex. The other item up for sale is a skill extractor. Skill extractors enable a player to extract skill points from the skills of any chosen character to either re-inject into a new skill of choice or to sell to other players to enable them to have a quick injection of skill points. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're that type of player that wants to progress as fast as possible by grinding out the game and making as much ISK as possible, then skill injectors are your answer to this. Number 4. Nothing is permanent. And this is a huge part of the reason why EVE isn't pay to win. You could easily spend thousands of dollars buying a shiny new Titan just to have it become a loot pinata for a group of bloodthirsty pirates if you don't actually know what you're doing with it. You'll often hear players say, don't fly what you can't afford to lose, and this is some of the best advice you can give to a new capsuleer. Losing that first ship that you loved is a lot like going
I'm not flying. If he's saying don't fly, I'm not flying.
through your first breakup, and there's a very good chance that it will make you want to quit the game. But don't. Nothing in EVE is permanent, but that's part of the rush that the game brings. Your alliance stations can be destroyed, but this makes you fight harder when defending it. Your ships
and like get myself killed. Rather, I stay low. I build slowly. I build good. That's it.
Can be blown up, but this is what gives you the PvP shakes during those huge fleet fights. Number 5, high sec is not safe.
Don't try your life. You loot like 12 hours of grinding and then you go and be a hero and then.
EVE has thousands of different solar systems.
That's why I enjoy these games, because you have the control over your environment. You want to run, you can run. I think I want to build a ship which can run fast,
Each with varying levels of security. Nullsec are systems with a security.
You can kill another NPC, but okay. Wait. Actually, I lower my mic. I have another mic as well. It's just for a very simple mic I'm using right now. I have another mic which is good enough, but I'm not connected with that.
Level lower than 0 and have no policing whatsoever. Low sec, or systems with an above 0 but below 0.5 security rating, have limited policing in the form of gate guns and some limitations on specific weapons. And high sec, which are the systems with a security rating of 0.5 and above, and have a police force known as Concord that will show up and annihilate some limitations on specific weapons, each with varying levels of security. Nullsec are systems with a security level lower than 0 and have no policing whatsoever. Low sec, or systems with an above 0 but below 0.5 security rating, have limited policing in the form of gate guns and some limitations on specific weapons.
0.3, I think the other guy also, CPT, also Kiwi also told me that you have to be careful about these 0.1 security ratings or something like that. I will keep that in mind, that after 0.5, lower than 0.5, I will have to be extra careful.
and HiSec, which are the systems with a security rating of
That's
0.5
good.
and above, and have a police force known as Concord that will show up and annihilate anyone who aggresses another player illegally. Whilst you may feel like you can sleep soundly at night, safe in the knowledge that Concord will protect your ship whilst you travel around HiSec, well,
Bro, these videos are so good.
unfortunately that's not the case.
Man,
HiSec is
you know
crawling
how to grab attention immediately.
with rather unsavory
I'm gonna
players known
subscribe,
as
bro.
suicide gankers. These players use a large number of cheaply fitted ships with high volley damage to destroy whatever they decide is a worthwhile target. A worthwhile target to a ganker is usually haulers carrying billions of ISK worth of goods, or shiny ships fit with faction or dead space modules that could be worth a ton if dropped. Learning to spot suicide gankers and their tactics normally happens as a result of being a victim to them. As per tip number 4, don't fly what you can't afford to lose. Number 6.
Okay.
Bigger isn't always better.
Wait. This tip, I will keep
As
that
per
in
tip
mind,
number
bro.
4, don't fly what you can't afford to lose.
This tip, I think it got me there, bro. I'm not.
Number 6.
I'm just
Bigger
gonna,
isn't always better.
like,
In
put
order of
everything
ship
in
sizes
my,
available
not gonna
currently,
put
we have
anything
frigates,
winter.
destroyers,
I will
cruisers,
always keep
battle
safe.
cruisers,
But how to save my stuff, bro? If I have inventory, it should be there. Like, can we drop it somewhere, like in our base? Maybe?
battleships, and capitals comprised of carriers,
Yeah,
dreadnoughts,
can we
force
drop that in
auxiliaries,
our
and
base?
titans.
I don't know.
As you start progressing
now,
through the
let's
early
just
stages
see.
of the game, you might think that
Yes,
bigger
server
ships
online, I
mean
think
more
I can
damage
try
and
it
more
again.
defenses.
Wait, let me maybe server. Oh, 11,000 live server, 940. Reality. Update. Oh, it's a game update and a close. NPC station. Okay, that's good. Okay, this.
Thus, it's better. But this isn't always the case. Whilst a battleship can do massive damage and can take massive damage, it struggles to actually apply that damage to a smaller and more agile target, such as a frigate, due to its slower weapons. This can lead to situations where a frigate could pin down a battleship for a long period, whilst waiting for its fleet to arrive to finish it off. As a general rule, always assume a ship size above is capable of destroying the size below. For example, a cruiser could easily hit a destroyer, or a battleship could easily hit a battlecruiser. Obviously, this depends on fits and player skill,
Okay.
but this is a good basic understanding in the early days. Number 7. Player skill does matter. When you first play EVE, you might be tricked into thinking that combat is as simple as orbiting an enemy and cycling your weapons until the target dies. But this couldn't be more wrong. Player skill in EVE is made up of 2 parts: game knowledge and your ability to make a decision under pressure. Understanding the strengths, weaknesses, and potential fits of your opponent will completely change the tactics that you use to combat them. For example, if I see a slasher land on grid, I already know that it's a super fast and fragile ship with good weapon tracking. That means it will likely try and kite me, and I'll need to use this knowledge to determine the best way to take him down. Manual piloting is also a huge part of player skill, and being able to position yourself without the approach and orbit buttons can be the difference between life and death. Number 8. You can buy game time with in-game currency, but don't. Here's why. It's true that in theory you don't need to spend money paying for game time if you have enough ISK to purchase Plex. That being said, Plex costs billions of ISK, and to a new player, this much money can take a very long time to get and can quite quickly lead to burnout if you're grinding too hard. Not that you asked for it, but my advice: pay the sub for the first few months, get in a corp that can help you make the big bucks quick, and then decide what you want to do going forward. Spend your ISK instead on things you enjoy doing in-game. Number 9. EVE is a social game, and whilst you can play it alone, the game opens up to a whole new level when you play with other like-minded space nerds. Joining a corp
bros.
is the first
You guys are joining me. Link 21 for FR and Kiwi, you are joining me in this one, bro.
step. A
I need
corp
your
or
help.
corporation is EVE's version of a guild, and it enables you to engage with
I
the
need your
corp's
help, bro.
fleets, missions, politics, and more. Of course, playing solo is entirely possible and can still give you a
No,
massive
I'm not playing
buzz,
solo.
but there is
I'm
nothing
playing
quite like
with another NPCs, bro. Small third group.
sharing your latest and greatest kill with your friends, or the excitement that you feel when you take down a pricey enemy. Finally, on our list at number 10, we have referral codes. Now, this is a little bit of a cheeky self-plug, as I actually have a referral code in the description below. Referral codes give you, the recruited player, 1 million skill points to spend however you like. Even if you've already started your account and created your character, you can still use this link to claim your 1 million skill points. Once you
Okay, let's just claim 1 million points.
you've received your
No,
1 million
no.
skill points, don't spend it all at once. Give it some time to learn what aspects of EVE you enjoy.
Yes, bro. Never use your stuff before learning this stuff.
And then when you're in the position where you need to wait 3 days to get into
That's what I got from playing too much of MMOs as well. I have Vermin Meats. I played it 4.5 hours. Last night I played that. I have Dawns and Liberty. I played it like 58 hours. Once Human, I played it 100 hours. I have maybe one of the games here. Like, where is other game? Black Desert Online. I played that this much. I played that, and other games as well in other account. I have learned that don't use skill points before you don't know what.
that battleship you always
It's
dreamed
very
of.
important.
You can just
because you
use a
cannot
portion of the
earn
1 million
skill points later on. In starting points, you get very quickly, but make sure to use. Okay. Maybe I will use something you have been activated. Okay, what was my name? I don't even remember. I think I use this one. Okay, I can use you have been invited to be a friend to play online. Sign up for free and get. Uh, okay, I have logged into. I already have playing a game. Email. I will use. Okay, verification. Why not, bro? Why not? Cannot verify, bro. I cannot get million skill points. Beginner guide. Let's just watch this dude with other questions of my strain. Just see what he made a lot of videos though.
I'm guessing you clicked on this video because you want to play EVE Online. Like many, you've probably heard of the Mahusive 1,000-player battles, deep-rooted player-run economy, and of course, the hundreds of stories of betrayal and sacrifice by our player base. But maybe you've also heard that it's hard to learn, or that it has a learning curve similar to that of a tsunami. Well, all of that is actually true. My name is Juds, and this is how to start EVE Online. To start with some good news.
Good news, everyone!
CCP Games has spent the last few years improving their new player experience, and I have to say, it's actually pretty good now. One of the biggest changes they introduced is the Air Career Program.
The Air Career Program? What is that?
Well, I'm glad you asked. The Air Career Program is EVE's new method of introducing you to the many different aspects of EVE. Rather than making this a 6-hour video showing you how to do everything, I figured this is really the best way to learn all things EVE. From the top down, the program is split into 4 different categories: Enforcer, Explorer, Industrialist, and Soldier of Fortune. It's worth working your way around each of these categories to learn as much as you can about the different aspects of EVE Online. I would suggest starting with the career agent missions for each program, as these missions will teach you the basics before letting you loose on the world. Now, let's take a deeper look into each program, starting with the Enforcer. This is your cut and dry